50 had your key. Do you know what your one key? Me and you got the same key to any embarrassment. Whether it's factual or not, what is it? What's your key?
Being exposed?
Leonard.
Friday night, it's like 12 midnight. Alex calls me. He's like, yo, Chris, Meech needs the biggest suite in Cancun. I'm like, I ain't no travel agent. He's like, no. When I landed, they told me that you got the presidential suite at the Coral Beach. I'm like, are you crazy? Like, I love Meech, but I'm not giving him my room. I'm like, yo, man, I'm not giving him my room. He's like, he'll give you $60,000 right now. I was paying $3,000 a night. He had that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. But here's the gentleman's side of Meech. I switched to another suite. I get a phone call. I'm like, yo, what's up? Who's this? He's like, yo, is this Chris Latimer? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yo, we up in the presidential suite. I got some messages from you. I'm like, all right, cool, man. Tell me what they are. And I'm like, yo, brother, man, thanks a lot, man. Yo, tell Meech, good looking out, man. He's like, Chris, it is Meech.
That's important because a lot of people don't understand to get to the top, you have to pay attention to every small detail. And knowing me calling him hear my voice, he knows the kind of man that I am.
Oh my God. Big Meech just got exposed and the internet is going crazy. 50 Cent dropped some shocking paperwork that suggests Meech might have been talking, and everyone's losing their minds over it. But where did all this juicy drama even come from?
Why you going with Ross? The truth is, when we did take that picture with Meech, I ain't gonna lie to you, there was a lot of people in my comments with rat emoji before 50 even said nothing.
What do you think his next move should be?
He got a lot of things he could do, man. You might want to make a movie. You might want to do some different things where, you know, because I understand how important.
50's got former BMF insiders spilling everything. One of them revealed Meech said he had to check in with Tammy before making moves. Here's the bombshell. Tammy is actually a government informant. That's when everything clicked. Meech might have been involved in some seriously shady dealings nobody suspected. But Meech isn't taking this lying down. Word is he's about to show 50 what being a real kingpin means. This situation is getting messier by the minute.
I don't give a fuck what you talking about.
Right.
They ain't telling nobody. Because if you're telling, you can't even look forward to going home. Where you going after you get out?
For one, this is a business relationship, right? They don't write stories and series on nobody's, right? So BMF is BMF, but not because of 50, it's because of Big Meech, right? That's his story, that's his life, right? So I don't think 50 doing them no favors. They both profited, right? It ain't just like it was a one-sided deal. We both made money together.
To tell y'all or share this message with y'all, so I feel like it's somebody out here, or maybe there's a bunch of people out here that need to hear this.
You took a to my big house. Put your back against the wall and just slide down.
BMF Immortal, and it's cool. Like sometimes we switch perspectives, so it's from a law enforcement perspective.
Oh wow!
Instead of it being from the actual hustler side, of the aspirational side. You know how often someone gets in trouble and decides to tell on someone else to rap. Yeah.
So 50 Cent starts BMF. So he puts Lil Meech on. He puts $5 million in their pocket. Meech comes home, takes a picture with Rick Ross. 50 Cent trolls him. Lil Meech reaches out. Hey, that's my pops. Rick Ross, I'm with you. What's your thoughts on how 50 Cent handled it?
We all know 50 has zero filter. If he's got dirt on you, everyone will hear about it. But with Big Meech, he might want to be careful because Meech isn't just any enemy. Demetrius, Big Meech, Flannery was the mastermind behind BMF, one of history's most infamous drug empires. Back in the 80s, he and his brother Terry, Southwest T, started with tiny $50 bags. But by the early 2000s, they'd built an empire spanning Michigan, Georgia, Florida, California, and Louisiana.
It's been going on for so long.
Nothing else works for him outside of mentioning me. When things get bad, it gets covered first. I get covered across the board. They get covered on the hip hop side. It is what it is. And you watch because I have nothing else to say. You just see it happen periodically as they go. You see that big white elephant, that property he lives at? It costs more than the nightclub. He's in the nightclub. What kind of rich cut his own grass? Why are you out there cutting your own grass? You trying to save money, nigga? You don't want to pay for the lawn to get cut, huh?
Ain't nothing wrong with cutting your grass.
When money gets big, problems get bigger. To keep everything looking legitimate, the brothers launched BMF Entertainment, a music promotion company that doubled as a money laundering operation. They even signed Blue Da Vinci, who dropped an album called The World is BMF's in 2005. But let's be real, music was never their main priority.
He had your key. Do you know what your one key? Me and you got the same key to any embarrassment. Whether it's factual or not, what is it? What's your key?
Being exposed.
Litter.
Then in October 2003, Meech's empire came crashing down. The feds finally caught up to him, and his reign as kingpin was over. At first, everyone thought Blue Da Vinci was the snitch. He seemed like the weakest link, and suspiciously, he didn't get locked up when the feds rounded up most of BMF. Things got juicier when BMF's logistics boss, Dexter Sosa Hussey, pointed the finger directly at Blue.
Just a piece of shit. When Lil Meech texts 50, man, what's going on, man? You know I give you the shirt off my back, and Rick Ross, he's a bitch. 50 looked at this like, you just like my little punk son. If you cross your daddy, you'll really cross me. So guess what? You too. And he responds, what next season?
Another insider revealed Blue didn't even take a plea deal. He just walked in and confirmed what the feds already knew from other informants. So now snitching accusations are flying everywhere, and nobody's safe. If 50 keeps pushing this story, BMF's legacy might get dragged through the mud even more.
It's a piece of shit. When Lil Meech texts 50, man, what's going on, man? You know I give you the shirt off my back, and Rick Ross, he's a bitch. 50 looked at this like, you just like my little punk son.
You know what I'm saying? Do you know what it's like to have beef with 50 Cent? 50 Cent is incredible with the beef. Not just musically, but every day he was going viral. Yo, your mother, your wife. I'm like, oh my God, this guy here. Like, don't get beef with 50 Cent.
Like 50 don't do nothing but tear down black men. Look at it. He's nothing given. You've never seen 50 give nobody no flowers, no respect. He just play on people downfall. Diddy, Irv Gotti, Ja Rule, now Big Meech. You've never seen 50 say nothing positive, do nothing positive. He's a culture vulture.
I wasn't going to address this because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, and never will. Death before the time, always with me. So I'm doing this for my loved ones and the support of my friends and family. Come out to the Amarant Arena, February 13th.
Blue's court appearance was absolutely wild. His own lawyer threw him under the bus, admitting Blue tried to cooperate with authorities. The lawyer told the judge Blue sat down with the feds but didn't have enough dirt to make it worth their while. Can you imagine being exposed by your own lawyer?
Look at it. He's nothing given. You've never seen 50 give nobody no flowers, no respect. He just play on people downfall. Diddy, Irv Gotti, Ja Rule, now Big Meech. You've never seen 50 say nothing positive, do nothing positive. He's a culture vulture.
A bully.
For one, this is a business relationship, right? They don't write stories and series on nobodies, right? So BMF is BMF, but not because of 50, it's because of Big Meech, right? That's his story, that's his life. Right, so I don't think 50 doing them no favors. They both profited, right? It ain't just like it was a one-sided deal. We both made money together. Right? That don't mean I owe you no loyalty. That don't mean I can't go get money elsewhere, right? If more money get presented to me, right, I'm gonna go get me a bag. I just did 20 years in prison, right? I'm not gonna let nobody stop no bags come in because of y'all beef, bro.
I woke up today and I had this overwhelming thought in my head. And I think like something is telling me to tell y'all or share this message with y'all. Cause I feel like it's somebody out here, or maybe it's just a bunch of people out here that need to hear this. And it was like, you thought you were special. You really thought you were special. Told you were special. You thought you were special.
So if Blue wasn't the snitch, who was feeding information to the feds? After getting dragged, Blue wasn't taking the blame. Instead, he flipped the script and leaked paperwork that put Big Meech on blast.
Why you going with Ross? The truth is, when we did take that picture with Meech, I ain't gonna lie to you, there was a lot of people in my comments with rat emoji before 50 even said nothing.
During an explosive interview with Cap Capone News, Blue dropped a bombshell. Back in 2023, while hanging with another BMF member Tonebird, their conversation turned to 50's BMF TV show. When asked about the project, Meech slipped up saying the contract was almost finalized, but he had to check in with Tammy first. That one sentence changed everything.
Problem with some rappers. Some rappers think they war ready and they beef ready till they step into the beef. And then they get somebody coming at them crazy. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what it's like to have beef with 50 Cent? 50 Cent is incredible with the beef. Not just musically, but every day he was going viral. Yo, your mother, your wife. I'm like, oh my God, this guy here. Like, don't get beef with 50.
This might not sound shocking until you remember who Tammy is, a government informant. When Meech dropped her name, Blue immediately questioned him, but Meech just brushed it off. That was their last conversation ever. People started digging into Tammy's background and discovered she'd been Meech's business partner since his 2008 lockup. She handled his affairs outside and, here's the kicker, Meech signed over his life rights to her. Tammy had complete control over his story and could sell it for millions, which she did by bringing 50 on board for the BMF TV series. But according to Blue's leaked paperwork, Tammy was working with the feds the entire time.
It's cool, like sometimes we switch perspectives, so it's from a law enforcement perspective.
Oh wow.
Instead of it being from the, the actual hustler side, or the aspirational side. You know how often someone gets in trouble and decides to tell on someone else to rap. Yeah, just to get themselves out of the situation they're in and back onto the streets.
Give me my time. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about.
Right.
They ain't telling nobody. Because if you're telling, you can't even look forward to going home. Where you going after you get out? The neighborhood ain't accepting that. We heard you some rap.
Other people, they can go level on you so quick that you go, the heater doesn't have capability of being loyal to anything.
I ain't never told him no in my life. You needed protection, and your protection gone. That's the truth. That's what the fuck it is, right?
You took him to my windows. Your back against the wall and just slap.
In official paperwork, Tammy was listed as CS1, Confidential Source 1. She was a DEA informant in Atlanta back in 2009, providing crucial information in a money laundering case that put Kingpin Terry White behind bars. Initially, she wasn't even paid for snitching, but after helping take White down, the DEA saw potential in her. Her controlling agent even pushed for Tammy to get a cut of White's forfeited assets. White wasn't small time, he was major. Before getting caught, he lived in a $200,000 Jonesboro mansion. He was turning into a palace with a basketball court, swimming pool, and media room with 24 TV screens. When raided, the feds found an Uzi, weapons stash, mink coats, gold jewelry, $47,000 cash, and a money counting machine. Surprisingly, Tammy didn't become an informant because she was desperate. She had no criminal record, never used drugs, didn't care about money, and wasn't trying to reduce a sentence. She snitched because it was personal. Terry White had used her to launder money behind her back.
I want to address this, because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. Death before the sign, always with me. So I'm doing this for my loved ones and the support of my friends and family. Come out to the Amarant Arena.
Why did Tammy keep working with the feds after White was gone? Here's where it gets crazier. While this drama unfolded, Meech was plotting from behind bars with Fidel Suarez, a cartel member with connections who owned a California trucking company. Meech's plan? Use Suarez's network to move product and make quick cash while in prison. But running an empire from behind bars is tough, so Meech brought in Tammy. In September 2010, he asked her to help set up a shipment. With Tammy as middleman, Meech connected Suarez with his longtime friend, Dion Cuffy Gatling, a St. Louis kingpin who ran the Gatling trafficking organization from 2009 to 2014. The plan seemed perfect. Move product, stack cash. What they didn't know was Tammy was playing both sides, feeding everything back to the feds. Her intel got Cuffy arrested on March 13, 2014, resulting in a 27-year sentence for trafficking and weapons charges with homicide connections. Strangely, Meech faced 0 charges. How? Tammy covered for him in court, denying his involvement in setting up deals between Suarez and Gatling. But why would she protect Meech? What was she getting?
We went to Meech's house. He was with 50. He's talking about stuff in the future. He made your family money. You would think you would be a little bit appreciative, but motherfuckers don't have to be loyal to 50 in business. That's how I guess that's how Meech felt, because he's his own boss, you know. But when you take Lil Meech and you put him in acting school, you know, you take him from Detroit. I remember him rapping, and he was rapping. Nobody helped him, and then 50 put him in acting school, kept it on the low, and he made all this money. You understand what I'm saying? But to be young and have money, motherfucker got Richard Millie's. Lil Meech got Richard Millie's. Chrome Heart Jeans, 10,000. So it's like, I understand him being young and all that, but when we go to your crib and me and Murder sitting in the backyard and you like, yo, little baby ain't give me no money. He came in the Ferrari truck. He had the Ferrari truck. He had 4 pockets full. I'm looking at this like, yo, this is tripping. Like, little baby he's not obligated to give you nothing. I looked at it like, from that point, maybe 50 should have brought a bag for Meech and maybe a watch or something. But obviously that's what Ross did or whatever. My whole thing is, maybe the relationship would be good if you saved some money for your pops when he came home. But I understand how it is to be a young.
This is where things go completely off the rails. Tammy was involved with Keith Cromer, the supervisory special agent leading the BMF investigation. Worse, Cromer signed off on Tammy getting a $200,000 payout as an informant. This wasn't just a messy affair, it was a sketchy financial deal. Eventually, it all collapsed. In March 2015, Tammy discovered court documents that would expose her as an informant. She panicked, and for good reason. Cuffy Gatling had a reputation for dealing with snitches violently. In 2010, he ordered a hit on Theodos Howard for snitching on his brother's operation, and in 2013, had Terrence Morgan killed to prevent him cooperating with feds. Terrified, Tammy ran to the feds for protection, but they did nothing. Desperate, she turned to Meech, who completely distanced himself, saying he didn't want to be involved in the mess. So much for loyalty. Tammy then went into damage control, doing everything to scrub Meech's name from the case.
Spoke to Meech at all? I had a text message from him. He's in the halfway house.
What do you think his next move should be?
Well, he got a lot of things he can do. I mean, he might want to make a movie. He might want to do some different things where, you know, because I understand how important real is to our culture, right? But when you develop in television, it's to find the best possible story you can find and then make up something. You gotta make up things because your life would intersect with Charlamagne's life, so I immediately get the lawsuit when we get over there. This would, you understand what I'm saying? So you gotta change things around a little bit, and then that's the series. When we see high notes, we see low notes, and at points it's when they do something that's like when we have a TV moment.
Making things messier, she turned on Agent Cromer, accusing him of targeting Meech out of jealousy over their relationship. She even threatened to expose a sworn affidavit suggesting this. Tammy was dragging everyone down with her. Meanwhile, Cuffy connected the dots and figured out who snitched on him. He requested a Franks hearing to question his accusers, including Tammy. Fast forward to 2024, Blue Da Vinci interviewed with Cap Capone again, but this time Cuffy joined by phone from prison. According to Cuffy, Meech never got sentenced because he used third-party cooperation. He arranged for Tammy to become an informant specifically to get his own sentence reduced.
February 13th, the Big Meech home benefit concert. It's gonna be iconic. Too many names to list, but let me salute some of the legends. Lil Baby, Boss Man D-Lo, 21 Savage, Sexy Red, Ricky Rose. Now, it's the first time it's ever been done. Me performing BMF with the icon himself. This shit gonna be special. Epic. Get your tickets right now.
Cuffy claims he's sitting in prison because of Meech and Tammy. This wasn't just street rumors. It was testified in court that Tammy became an informant to cut Meech's time down. Even Cuffy's daughter went public asking if Meech really set up her father through a third-party cooperation deal. Cuffy was a major saint, Louis Kingpin, who'd run with Meech for over 20 years since 1990. According to him, he was the first person to ever put $1 million cash in Meech's hands. Today, he claims that same loyalty got him betrayed. It all started when Meech was locked up in Detroit after his 2005 indictment. The loyalty Cuffy thought they shared meant nothing, and now he's serving 27 years while Meech profits from his story.